Hello, everyone. Welcome to our School Mental Health Mindful Movement series. We will be hosting these movement-based sessions every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Central Time. Thank you so much for joining us today. This event is brought to you by the National American Indian and Alaska Native Mental Health Technology Transfer Center under the K-12 School Mental Health Supplement Project. We are located at the University of Iowa and a part of the National MHTTC network serving the National American Indian and Alaska Native population across the U.S. and Alaska. We provide TA for tribal communities and schools, as well as having several ongoing initiatives and projects. This project is supported by SAMHSA. The content is developed by the presenter, and the opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect the views or policies of SAMHSA, HHS, or the American Indian and Alaska Native MHTTC. Although we are gathered virtually today, we want to take the time to acknowledge the land and pay respect to the Indigenous nations whose homelands were forcibly taken and inhabited. Please take a moment to read this land acknowledgement, which has been created by 3 members of our team, Ella Driscoll, Keely Driscoll, and Sean Bear. This series is brought to you by the K-12 School Supplement Grant Team. This is Teresa Brewington, our project manager. Her background includes a master's in educational leadership, master's in business administration, and progress toward a master's in counseling. She's an enrolled member of the Coharie tribe and a descendant of the Lumbee tribe. She joins us from the Meskwaki settlement in Tama, Iowa, where she currently resides. Julia Bullwhi is a research associate from the University of Iowa and has been assisting on K-12 projects for the past year. She holds a bachelor's degree in psychology from Ball State University and a master's in clinical mental health counseling from the University of Iowa. Kate Pruce is a graduate research assistant from the University of Iowa and has been with the K-12 initiative since February of 2021. Kate holds a bachelor's degree in child, adult, and family services with a minor in psychology from Iowa State University, and she is currently working on her master's in school counseling at the University of Iowa. This program and many others are offered through our center located in Iowa City, although we serve across the U.S. Here you will find contact information for our program manager, as well as our program guide for our other services and technical assistance request form. Please reach out to us with any interest in these programs. Today we welcome Victoria Marie, Iron Plume Woman. Victoria has worked with our K-12 projects throughout 2021. She has brought her expertise in youth engagement, movement, meditation, and healing through all kinds of medicine. She is an enrolled tribal member of the Sisseton Wahpeton, mother, artist, and founder of Indigenous Lotus. Victoria is joining us today from the Twin Cities in Minnesota and will continue to lead K-12 projects with our center. Welcome, Victoria, and thank you so much for being here today.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Go ahead and, all right. Go ahead and get started. What we'll need today is going to be a chair, a stool. We will start sitting on it. So if you have a stool, it's a little higher. If you are on your chair, just go ahead and get comfortable. So we're going to warm up and then work with our stool as a prop or a tool to stretch and really warm up some of the areas such as our shoulders, our back, alleviate some tension in the neck, open our hips, strengthen them as well as our calves and our feet. So I want to invite you to close your eyes. Closing your eyes, resting your hands in your lap. Bring awareness to your in-breath as you inhale into the belly. and the out breath as you exhale. Jaw unclenches, shoulders relax, sitting up tall. Now our first breathing exercise before we begin our warm-up is going to be to inhale to the count of 4 or 6. So we'll inhale and we'll hold for the same count, whether that be 4 or 6. Exhale 4 to 6 and then hold on that exhale. So let's go ahead and begin. We'll inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Just a couple rounds on your own. Now continuing our natural breath, inhaling through the nose and exhaling out. Slowly opening the eyes, looking down and then forward, taking the head over to the right, down and over to the left, from side to side. Chin lowers down to the chest. Inhale, head rises. We're going to lift the chin towards the sky. Back down to the chest. And on your next inhale, chin up. And we'll come to neutral. We're going to lower those hands down. Allow them to rest at the sides. Circle out the wrists. Bring some movement into the fingers. Circling forward. We're going to make a fist. We're going to take the thumbs, bring them up. Thumbs come up to the shoulders. And then we'll inhale, lift the elbows up towards the sky. We're going to keep the head level. And on your next exhale, elbows come down towards the side. Lowering the hands down. We're going to take the arms back behind us, keeping the fists, thumbs are pointed down. And we're still sitting up tall. Shoulders are down. Lengthen the fingers, interlace those fingers. Lengthen the arms. And we're going to hinge forward. Lift the wrists up. Backward bend in the elbows. And sitting up tall, gently release the hands. Let's go ahead and come to standing. We want to have our chair or a stool next to us. If you need a chair for support, you can go ahead and use that to hold on to or use the wall. So we're going to lift one of the knees up and we're going to take it out. So we're circling it out. Keep the foot flexed. Bring it in. And lower down. We'll take the hands, inhale, rise up. Coming up to tiptoes. Hands come down to heart center. And exhale. Lower the heels down. Now we're going to take the opposite knee. Bring it up. Flex that foot. Circle out. Use any balancing support you might need. Circling in. And lower down. Let's go ahead and lift the opposite leg, circle out the foot. Both directions. Pointing the toes, drawing them back. Switching sides, circle it out. Both directions. Point the toes, draw them back. And lower down. Now we're going to use the chair or the stool. Now grasping on to the edge of the seat or on the sides of the seat, we're going to step back. So stepping back, maybe about 3 steps back. Our heels are aligned with our hips. We're going to press back. So we're going to press the hips back, micro bend in the knees. We're going to allow the head to just hang over. Continuing to hold on. Breathing into where you feel the stretching. Now we're going to inhale, rise up, press forward into the chair. Now if your chair has wheels, you can use the wall for support. We want to press forward. If you need to step back a little bit further, you can. Your heels may be lifted. That's fine. If your heels are lifted, draw the heels down to the floor. Now we'll press back, lowering the head down. Feeling the stretch in the shoulders. Inhale, pressing forward. And back. So at your own pace, moving front to back, transitioning with your breath. And if you like to stay in one place more than the other, you can do so. Now, once we've pressed back and our head is lowered down, Let's lift the heels. If you need to shift the arms forward, you can do so to lift the heels. You can flatten out the palm or the hands so that the palms are on the seat, reaching forward. Perhaps lifting one heel at a time and just holding. If you're holding one heel at a time, switch sides. Remember to keep the micro bend in the knee that you are putting the most weight on or towards. Lower the heels. We're going to lift the head, look forward, grasp onto the edge of the seat or the sides of the seat, press forward. Now bring those feet with you. Standing up tall, inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Now, we're going to step the right leg back. So step it as far back as you feel comfortable. Once you step back, your heel can be lifted, and then the front knee is bent. My front knee is over the front ankle. My toes are facing forward. Now, if you feel that you do not need the chair or the stool, you can go ahead and come into full lunge. Bring the hands to heart center. So we want to press that right hip forward. Strengthen the back thigh. And when we're pressing into that front leg, we're pressing into the heel and not the knee. Now we'll lengthen that front leg. We're going to step that right foot to meet the top. Continuing to hold on, we're going to lift the heels up. Lowering down, lift the toes. Lowering down. Go ahead and take that left leg, step back. Bending that front knee. Make any adjustments you need to. Now, if you'd like to just bring the hands to heart center, you can go ahead, bring it to the heart, or continue to use the chair or stool for support. Now we want to press that left hip forward. Remember that back leg is lengthened. With that back leg left, the back leg lengthened. Press that back heel towards the mat. Now we'll lengthen to that front leg and take that back leg to meet the front. We'll inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands heart center. Now, you can do this next one 2 ways. You can continue to use a chair by taking the left leg, extending it out. So that way, it looks like this. Doing so, we're going to take that right hip and bring it over the right heel. Now, if you are doing this without a chair or any type of prop, you can just extend one leg out, take that right hip, and bring it over. There are a few options here. Now you can hold, excuse me, or you can pulse. By pulse, you'll lift that right hip and bring it back down. Now in doing so, be mindful of your knees. If there's any concerns with the knee, go ahead and just hold here. Now we're going to lift that hip, bring that leg back in. Now we'll step the opposite leg out. Right hip over, right heel. Now both toes are pointing forward. And again, you can hover if you like, or pulse. Or just be static, holding here. Lengthen through that right leg. Both feet meet. Now let's go ahead, inhale, rise up. As we exhale, our arms are going to come forward. Bend the knees, coming into chair pose. In chair pose, toes are facing forward. I'm drawing my hands into my heart. Now holding here for a moment. At any time, you can lengthen through the legs and get right back into it. You have the option to lift the heels. If you need that chair for support, you can go ahead and bring that in front of you. And inhale, rise up. Bring those arms up towards the sky. Exhale. Draw it down. Let's go ahead and bring those hands to the side. Taking that head down. Chin towards the chest. Inhale, head lifts. Chin lifts towards the sky. Back to center. Inhale, arms reach up towards the sky and hold them up here. As we're reaching up, we're going to keep those fingertips up. We're going to bend the elbows off to the side. Opening up, lift the chin. Exhale, press up. Chin lowers down. Bending the elbows again, head rises. And your next exhale, press up. Inhale, bend the elbows. Exhale. Hands come together. Heart center. Go ahead and interlace the fingers, circle out the wrists. Now, shake them out. Now you can either sit back in your chair or join me on the floor. If you're sitting in the chair, knees apart, feet off towards the side, we will be doing the same. Now that we've done some warming and introduced some stretching and holding, we're going to get into deep stretching here. So go ahead and take the legs out. Again, if you need anything for your knees, you can always place a block or a pillow underneath each one. Keep the toes flexed up. We're going to hinge forward. And as we hinge forward, our hands, palms face down, fingers are wide. And we're just holding and breathing here. And as you're holding and breathing, notice parts of your body that you feel sensation. From the tip of your toes to your hips, up the spine, the shoulders, crown of the head. Take notice of each of these areas. And just conduct your own body scans. Notice if there's any tension. Anything feels really great. Now, if you feel comfortable, you can lower down towards the forearms. And if you're in chair, you want to keep the knees as far apart as you can, or as you feel comfortable, because your knees are going to want to come inward. Now we're going to press up. We're going to take the right hand, bring it over the right leg, and then we're going to lower down to the head towards the knee. And allow the head to soften here. You feel that side body stretch here. Feeling it in that lower back. Around the rib cage. Now back to center. And over to the other side. Allowing for the head to soften. Looking forward. Let's go ahead and walk the hands back to center. We're going to press up. Bring one leg in at a time. Bottom of the feet meet. Knees come together. Now coming into easy seated. Have the option to bring one foot into a hip crease and bring the right foot into the left hip crease. Coming into half lotus. Just find a comfortable seating or seated position. Sitting up tall. I invite you to close your eyes. Placing the hands either above the knees or stacked just below the belly. Palms face up. Our eyes close and clenching the jaw, release the tongue from the roof of the mouth. And as you allow tension to release from the jaw and the face, the shoulders, the back, you can begin to see it falling away from the body. Focus on your natural breath. Noticing your heartbeat. Knowing that moving forward today, this week, you can always come back to this seated position. Connect with your natural breath. Physically let go of any tension. And take a moment to listen to your heartbeat. Anytime you need to, this space is always here, always accessible. You can take those hands out, reach them down towards the earth. Feeling a connection rooted down from the fingertips, from our seat or our feet. Gentle smile on our face. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, hands come to heart center. We'll bow forward. Thumbs to center brow. We want to say thank you, Padamya Miklish, for taking this time for yourself and sharing this space with others. Thank you, everybody.